And welcome back to PepPep's World. I'm PepPep, of course. You know, over the last few weeks, you've got to know a little bit about me. And you've also gotten to know a little bit about my trusty assistant, Nebechenezzar.
Hi, everybody.
There he is. Yes, that's right, Nebechenezzar. Nebechenezzar says hello. Anyways, so I thought this week would be a wonderful time to revisit the moment in time when Nebechenezzar, his life and mine, collided. You see, it was many years ago. A team of crack adventurers, whom I led, was enlisted by the United States President at the time. That's back when real men were presidents. Anyways, apparently a field crew got lost in the forests of Borneo. And there was reason to believe that this film crew was in mortal danger. As back in those days, Borneo was filled with cannibals. So my team of crack adventurers, as a matter of fact, we used to go by the name of the Fearless Five because there was no job that we were too afraid to do. On a side note, we wanted to be called the Fab Five, but that no-good Yoko Ono threatened to sue us. So we had to take the Fearless Five. In the end, it wound up being a more accurate representation. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Once our team arrived in Borneo, we trekked miles and miles deep into the forests of this island in Southeast Asia. We came across all manner of animal and plants. We eventually came across a village. As we entered this village, we noticed, scattered all about the landscape, were bones, many of which looked human. We were on our guard, you can bet it. As we progressed through this village, we came to the center of town, and there was a gigantic pot in the middle of town, with wood piled up all around it. And the wood was on fire. Inside the pot was a bubbling brew. I could see carrots in there. And onions. It looked pretty good, if you ask me. But alas, I asked the tribesmen, "What is this here?" And the tribesmen said to me, "PepPep, we are having a very big feast tonight." And I said, "A feast? What do you mean, man?" He said, "No, a feast." "A feast?" I said, "I see. So what are you making? A big pot of chicken noodle soup? And if that's the case, I'll be sure to join you." He said, "No, PepPep, no soup. We cook you." And I said, "What, boy? What are you talking about, me?" And at that moment, the film crew was being ushered from another little hut, wrapped in chains. They were being paraded to the pot the center of town. Just then, a bunch of villagers pounced upon us. And we were fighting this way and that way. Punches were landing this way and over there. We were able to free ourselves, but unfortunately, the film crew was still being led to the pot. So we told them, leave this film crew go, and we'll give you this pig that we captured. And they did not want that pig. They wanted us. And at this exact moment, a young child stepped between myself and the village elder. He was a horribly scarred boy, totally disfigured, hideous. But he looked at us and he said, don't fight. There's another solution here. And I said, what are you talking about, young man? And the little boy said, we'll make chicken noodle soup, just like PepPep said. And I said, wise boy. And the village elder said, wise boy indeed. So we wound up having chicken noodle soup, all of us around the big boiling pot together. It was a very wonderful time, if I do say so myself. But at the end of dinner, the village elder came to me, you see, and he said, PepPep, now that the horribly disfigured boy saved your life, you owe him yours. Take the boy with you. And I said, holy cow, what am I going to do with this boy? And he said, raise him as your own. He'll become a trusty assistant one day. And I said, you know what? I could use some help around the place. I'm getting older, you see. So I said, fine, deal. And that's it. The little boy came with me back to the United States. I asked him his name. And he said it was Nebechenezzar. And I said, indeed, you are Nebechenezzar. And since that day, I raised little Nebechenezzar as my own. He's still terribly disfigured and horribly ugly. That's why you never see him on camera. And that's why his voice sounds so strange, because his vocal cords are completely restricted at all times. Or constricted at all times. And that is it. The story of how Nebechenezzar came into my life. And it has been for the better for both of us, if I do agree.
You're the best, PepPep.
Indeed. So, that's my story for this week. I thank you for joining me. Please, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with everything that PepPep has going on. You can also follow me on Twitter at Storytime PepPep. And if you feel so inclined, please hit the thumbs up button below. I would greatly appreciate it. And so would Nebechenezzar. He really pays attention to those things, you know. So, that's it for now. Have a good weekend. Bye.
You better watch out, PepPep.